I'm Fred McLeod. Next up on Sports Final Edition, the Rockets' red glare hoping to force a Game 7. Meanwhile, the U.S. Open goes overtime. 3 times the charm of the Speedway, while the Tigers have a record-tying day. Plus the future of soccer, the king of NASCAR, and a seniors golf preview are next.
This is a WDIV Entertainment Update.
Hi there, I'm Callie Northagen. What happens when you combine North America's largest fireworks display with dynamite music and entertainment? You get the Fireworks Special, an evening on WDIV you won't want to miss. Carmen Harlan and Chuck Gatica bring you 2 shows in one. First, the finalists in the Super Singer Contest perform live, and you'll get to pick the winner. Then, for the grand finale, it's the Freedom Festival Fireworks, live from Detroit's Hart Plaza. The Fireworks airs June 29th on WDIV.
Pamela Trail spends her days searching for a new treatment for breast cancer. Claudia Reeser spends her days praying for one. A year ago, Claudia discovered a lump in her right breast. 2 years ago, Pamela and her pharmaceutical company colleagues discovered one of 52 potential medicines now being tested. Pamela has high hopes for this discovery. So, of course, does Claudia. More than 90% of all drug discoveries come from America's pharmaceutical research companies.
On the 6 o'clock news, we take a fresh new look at the big stories of the day.
We report on issues that matter, stories that can really help families and their finances, lifestyle stories that hit home.
Emery King, Ruth Spencer.
Jennifer Moore is the area's most trusted business reporter.
Dan Earl's on the road talking to the players, and no one can beat Chuck with the weather.
If it's important here in the metro area, you'll find it on the Newsbeat at 6. And then at 6:30, NBC Nightly has everything on the national scene.
We've got it all.
The Newsbeat at 6. They're everywhere.
People were coming and telling me that they've seen videotapes of me and him.
They want their X-rated videos destroyed. Next Montel Williams Show.
The Montel Williams Show, Monday at 4 on 4.
Sports. Final Edition is brought to you by your Southeastern Michigan Dodge dealers, who invite you to come see the Dodge Neon now.
Six-time champion, side by side. And no one else inside.
Hi, Dads. Welcome to Sports Final Edition. I'm Fred McLeod. Hi to you moms, too. We are loaded tonight. A wild ride at MIS, a Tigers' share of a record, a U.S. Open draw, and a lot more. But first, there's one more game left in the pro basketball season. Yep, Game 7. The Rockets have forced the Knicks to a Wednesday night duel after an 86-84 win. Patrick Ewing came out smoking on the defensive end. 4 first-quarter blocks. He says, Robert Horry, get that out of here. Later, Hakeem Olajuwon with his stuff. He scored 30 points. Houston by 10 at the half. To the third quarter we go. The Derek Harper swipe with that fast hand of his, and the Knicks have the numbers. John Starks will throw this one down. He had 27. In the fourth, a huge hoop. Houston up by 4 here. Kenny Smith, who had not been used much in the fourth quarter of the first 5 games, nails the triple. 3:20 left. Rockets by 7. Starks brought him back within 2. About a minute to go, actually less than that. He threw it away. After an exchange of points, the Knicks had a shot to tie, but again, Starks has the ball. He elects to go long instead of driving. Olajuwon got a piece of it. Houston holds on, winning 86-84.
One of the biggest wins in Rocket history, and for the first time in the franchise history, we're going in a seventh game with a chance to win a championship.
It's a very disheartening loss for us because we had an opportunity and they won it, and now it gets thrown up in the air on Wednesday night, 7th game.
And for you numbers buffs, the road team has not won a Game 7 in the NBA playoffs in 19 games, dating back to 1982. Well, the USGA does a pretty good job of protecting the integrity of golf, but the governing body does need to come out of the dark ages with one tradition, staging those Monday 18-hole playoffs. There's a 3-way deadlock at the U.S. Open, and instead of having the drama unfold today in sudden death, we must all wait until tomorrow. Curtis Strange, who has not played well this year, does seem to find open magic. The 2-time winner had 4 straight 70s, finished 4 under par, 1 shot off the lead. Colin Montgomery, who led most of the day yesterday, had 3 birds on the front side today, finished at 5 under with a 70. He had the lead for a while today at 10 under. Also charging today, 1-time winner Lauren Roberts. He had the sensational touch at 15 to get to 6 under, into a tie with Ernie Els for the lead. Look at this. He then led by 1 stroke after 12 holes. However, Els got himself to 7 under, back in front with this putt. But he would fall back with a bogey at 17 to go to 6 under. So Roberts actually had a chance to essentially win at 18, but he slid it by a 6-footer, a bogey, thus joining Montgomery at -5. Els hooked his drive at 18, had this third shot from a divot, needed to get up and down, though, for par, but the bad lie led to this poor shot. Els bogeyed to join Roberts and Montgomery at 5 under, thus making it the first three-way Open playoff in 31 years. Els had an up-and-down ride today.
Well, I just got to play better tomorrow, man. Today I guess was my bad round for the tournament.
I think it was actually fair in the end of the day. We all sort of here together. All three of us is going to be a new major champion tomorrow.
Gosh, I played really good for a while and then just played really poorly coming in. But I'm happy to have a chance again tomorrow.
10 a.m. they'll tee it up. Life in the fast lane for Roger Penske has been in a race car and then on to phenomenal success in business. And life cannot be much better for him than it is right now as a car owner. His Indy cars are dominating that circuit, as you know. And as Winston Cup driver Wesley Wallace has won 3 races in a row, today at Penske's MIS, capturing the Miller Genuine Draft 400. The best crowd ever in the Irish Hills, well over 100,000, had the infield packed on a day when the thermometer hit 95 degrees, making the temps inside the car at least 120. One problem, though, a patch of asphalt which kept crumbling the past 3 days, causing spin-outs like this Ernie Irvin deal. The points leader finished 18th. The worst incident, Todd Bodine, whose Thunderbird slammed into the wall. He was not hurt, but there were 7 caution flags today. All right, let's go to the final 16 laps now. Rusty Wallace, the leader to the pits, out of gas. His car stalls. He got a fill up, a push. Crew chief Buddy Parrott on the right side of your screen coming up takes a tumble here, but the loss of time dropped Wallace all the way to 11th. Paris was not hurt. A little scared, though. Wallace knew he had time, though.
Well, we knew we were out of fuel when we came off of turn 4, so it was a matter of Buddy getting the ether in and trying to get it restarted, and the guys did a great job, and Rusty had to do it, and of course it showed that he had a good car. He set it up here, and at the end of the day, he was the winner. I take my hat off to him.
Worked his way out. Wallace kept moving through traffic. 2 laps later, he would streak to 6th. 6 laps later, he was 2nd, moving past Mark Martin. And then on lap 192, 8th in the finish, he would make his move around Dale Earnhardt, coming up right here and into the lead. Wallace had plenty to hold off his arch rival and finally win his first ever race at Michigan International Speedway. And since the boss owns it and Ford is here, he's thrilled.
I had a long way to go in a short time to get her, so I had to let her eat, So it's just what I did. And, I try to drive conservative, but I threw all the conservative stuff away with 15 to go.
You had to let her eat, he says. All right, the Tigers are in the record books for a mark most didn't know existed until a few days ago. Most consecutive games with a home run. A routine record, right? However, it was the work of a young pitcher, which has Sparky Anderson feeling the best tonight in the aftermath of a 3-1 victory over Toronto. The Tigers took a 1-0 lead on Juan Guzman with his Kurt Gibson 2-out liner down the right field corner. It scored Lou Whitaker, Tigers in front. Then in the second, the 25th straight Tiger game with a home run, thus tying the 1941 Yankees.
To a long bell. She's gone. Record book. The Tigers have tied the record as Tettleton has hit it.
The Blue Jays also hit one out. Randy Norr.
I didn't know it existed until about 4 or 5 days ago, until people started making us aware of it. And, I don't think anybody really thought anything of it. And I think we're just more, happy with the win right now than anything else.
So then Randy Norr's blast right here off Greg Gore. Really the only mistake the right-hander made. That would be the only Toronto run today. This was the second start of the season for Gore. He fanned 7, only gave up 6 base hits. Boys, he's shown a major improvement over last year, pitching very well at AAA as well. Now, Toronto provided the best glove work of this afternoon. Andujar Cedeno with the stab here of the Chad Kruger shot to make the play and get the out. But the talk was about Gore, who worked 7 2/3 innings today. Sparky says his young right-hander has definitely earned a long look in the rotation because he's a part of the future.
He'll certainly get every opportunity off of that. You have to do that. If you don't do that, then we're going backwards. With Gore, we can go forward. And we got to go forward. We can't go backwards.
So the Tigers will try and set a new consecutive game home run mark tomorrow night at home against Cleveland. They've hit 46 homers in this 25-game stretch compared to 40 the 41 Yanks hit. Tigers, by the way, 15-10 during this streak of muscle. Well, there's a lot more ahead, including the king of NASCAR, soccer's new beginning, and baseball's booming back. Stay with us.
Here's the 2-1 to Mitchell. This one hit pretty good to center field. Back is Roberto. Warning track. Wall. That is gone.